Welcome back to the Thunder and Lightning, the Thunder and Lightning Gaming News podcast. There wasn't much of that this week, but we have plenty to talk about.
Yes.
Do you want to? Here's all the news. Are you ready for the news? Remember that Ratchet and Clank game that's coming out?
Yeah.
Yep. Still coming out. So there's a new Pokemon Snap out. It's called New Pokemon Snap.
Yes.
Chris and I both grew up with the original Pokemon Snap.
Both loved it.
For many years of my life, all through high school, probably all through middle school too, I said Pokemon Snap is my favorite video game. There have been video games that have topped it since, but it's still definitely top 5. I love it so much. How do you like the new one?
I love the new one.
I love it too.
I love it. It's a perfect sequel, especially given how much time between the two happened.
Yeah.
It's a new character, but the original character's in it as like a teacher, where 20 years later he would be.
Right. That I did not expect. That was pretty cool.
Yeah. It gives me the same excitement the original did. I have one complaint in that.
I also have one complaint. I can't remember what it is though. What is your complaint?
My one complaint is that there is no evolving in the game.
Evolving?
Remember how you could evolve Magikarp into Gyarados?
Oh, and Magnemite into Magneton.
And Charmeleon into Charizard.
Right. There's no
way to evolve in this game.
Okay, so how far are you in this game?
So that's excellent because I have not, and I don't want to be spoiled for anything.
Right. Okay. So I will not do that.
I've done all of Park. I've done all of Jungle. I've done the beach, the reef, and the submerged one.
Okay.
And I've just started the desert. The desert. I haven't done the volcano. Voluco, which is very close to my name.
Right. So, without spoiling anything.
Yes.
You're about halfway done with the game.
Oh, that's another thing. Not a complaint, but a good thing.
Way
they
longer.
made it so much longer.
Pokemon Snap, the original, even if you're bad at it, is a 3-hour joint.
Yeah.
You play that bitch in one afternoon.
Is there a hidden level? I'm okay with you telling me.
Is there a hidden level?
Like, you know how you got Mewtwo at the end of the first one?
Oh.
You beat everything, and then there's, you got to go into space or something.
No, there was more of a, like...
I said Mewtwo, didn't I?
You said Mewtwo. No, it's fine. I wasn't going to judge. No, see, there's more of a story, and there's more of a, like, welcome to the last level. This is what we've been building up to.
Okay, I'm okay with that.
And there's definitely a Mew equivalent where it's like, what Pokemon's gonna be here? And it's like, whoa, it's a whoa.
Okay, that's cool.
And basically, like the Illumina Pokemon, this one level is just Mew, quote unquote.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So there's a fine line to be drawn in this game between. I also remembered my one complaint. I'll get to that in a sec. There's a really fine line to be drawn between beating it and 100%ing it.
Oh, tell me about it.
Because
I assume you got to get gold stars on every single picture.
There's one above gold, platinum.
Oh my god.
Yeah, there's bronze, silver, gold, and platinum.
How can you tell the difference between silver and platinum?
Silver's like dark gray, and platinum is like bright, sparkly.
Oh, okay, maybe I've gotten some platinum.
That's the mistake I was making, where like it was like gold and silver, quote unquote, and I was like, but that one's got more that one's gold, but this one's got more points. It was platinum.
Gotcha.
When you get all 4 stars on a Pokemon, it's like you did it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you get all 4 platinum, it doesn't give you a like you did that now.
Okay.
So I think the 100%ing it. Obviously, if you were gonna truly 100% it, yes, you should get a platinum on each Pokemon. But looking at some of these pokes and where they are and how many times I've encountered them, it doesn't seem possible to get a platinum on everything.
Right.
So I think that the 100% it is just going to come from doing all the requests, which, holy shit, ignore the requests until you've beaten the game. And then go back.
Pauline wanted to like get into them. I was like, nah, I'd rather play the game.
Some of them are really obvious. Some of them are like, go here and use the apple and a new Pokemon will come. And then some of them are like, these 2 Pokemon fight each other sometimes. I've never seen it. And it's like, I didn't even know that Pokemon was in this game.
Right. Right.
My favorite part of the game. Now, let me say my complaint first. And it's a very small one. In Pokemon Snap and New Pokemon Snap, there's a photo
I should have said
decks.
my favorite part too. You do yours, and I'll say my favorite part after.
We might honestly have the same one.
Okay.
But in the old one and the new one, they give you a score, right? And your best photo, your best scored photo, is put like on the cover of your photo decks against your will. It's just like, here's your best photo you've ever taken, right? But early on in the game, you are greeted by your first Illumina Pokemon, which is a version of a Pokemon that's like colorful and
Yeah.
has all these sparkly stuffs. It's Meganium. I thought it was a giant Meganium. That's just the size they're supposed to be, apparently. And there's like a tutorial like Meganium money shot where it's just like the perfect photo of Meganium. I took it, I submitted it. That was hours ago. That was way at the beginning of the game. That's been my number one photo the whole time.
Right.
The whole game.
Yeah.
Literally all the other Illumina Pokemon I found, none of them have been better than that one Meganium photo.
Gotcha.
Which kind of sucks. Kind of a fun part of the old game was like, you don't really have a reason to visit your photo decks in the last one. So a big part of it was like, ooh, was that picture of Moltres I just took better than the picture of those
Right.
like 6 Charmander I just took?
Right.
Like I took last time. And also the scoring, this is not a complaint, the scoring's really high in this game.
Yeah.
You'd be lucky to get something in the 2000s in the last one.
Right.
And now it's like, don't even fucking talk to me unless you're over 3,000.
Right. Right.
My favorite thing, the whole appeal of Pokemon Snap is you're in a level and you're taking pictures and you're snapping them like crazy, and then you do something that maybe you tried before but it didn't work, but you're trying it for the first time, and then all of a sudden there's a Pokemon there.
Yeah.
Fucking, I'll just pick one that's a bad example. Pikachu pops up, and you're like, holy shit, I didn't know Pikachu was in this game. You take like 30 photos. You're like, this is incredible. I've never seen. That's still there.
Yeah.
That's the best.
We did
that's
have
the, most,
the same part.
That's the most exciting thing about the original
Yep.
Pokemon Snap. That's the most That's the most exciting thing about this one, and it's the exact same feeling.
Yes.
Every time.
Yes.
Every time a new Pokemon shows up, I literally go, oh
Yep.
my god.
Yep. I was exactly the magic of the original one of seeing a Pokemon, or even just you're looking left and you turn right and there's something right there and
yeah.
you weren't expecting
You know that
it.
there's a group of Wingull over here, but like the last time you just didn't happen to turn right, and if you turned right, there's a whole swarm of Tentacruel or something.
Right. And that magic's still there. And I tried explaining that to Pauline because she had never played the original
Until recently, right?
Well, she still hasn't played the original.
Oh,
She's been
okay.
playing. She actually just bought 2 for herself.
Got it.
But I was trying to explain to her what the game's like because I started off very poorly. I was like, well, there's Pokemon, but sometimes they pop out at you. And she was like, well, I don't want to be scared. And I was like, well, no, it's not scary.
Yeah, you did make it sound like a jump scare.
But I had a really good. This game set up perfectly for this. I was like, here's the excitement you get in Pokemon Snap. Imagine we're up New Hampshire, and she was like, okay, and I was like, and we're driving. And all of a sudden, a moose just starts creeping his way out of the woods. You're going to be like, that's the feeling you get every Pokemon you see in Pokemon Snap.
Because they kind of like, you start the first level, and it's like the ones you'd expected, because you're at a nature park.
Yeah.
You're at Professor Mirror's nature park. And you see a Pikachu, you see the Sword and Shield starters, you see a couple birds, you see a couple fish, you see a Magikarp, and it's pretty like par for the course in terms of like, I kind of expected these Pokemons to be here. And then there's, I forget where I was going with this. There's a lot more. Also, there's a lot more Pokemon in this one than in the last one. The last one had about 60, and this one I saw the number. I think it's like 220 or something like that.
Sounds right.
Which makes sense. There's like fucking 900 Pokemon or some shit.
Somewhere in the ballpark.
So the one that I was excited to see the most, and I apologize if this is a spoiler. I'm going to spoil one Pokemon.
That's okay.
If that's okay. The one I was excited to see the most was Lapras.
Oh, I just saw Lapras.
Okay, good. Because in the original game, Lapras was the first one that I was like, that I got that feeling. That I was like, what? I've played this level 4 times. There's a Lapras in this level?
Yeah.
Because it's like way in the background. And if you do something that's not really clear, you can get him to move a little closer. But I I was like Pelipper hunting, Wingull hunting,
Mhm.
right? And I like just like no scoped one far in the background. I was like, it's Lapras again.
Hold on.
Yeah.
You saw Lapras before he was right up in the foreground?
Yeah.
No
there's
kidding.
Because in, I believe it's, what is that one called? It's not beach, it's not undersea. What is that one
Reef.
called? Reef. It's Reef Day 3, I think. Reef Level 3 or whatever. There's Lapras right at the end. There's like a bunch of them. But I think in Beach Level 2, I saw Lapras like way in the background.
No kidding.
Yeah. And
I'm
that for me did it for me because I was like, he's way in the background and I
Yeah,
barely saw him, just like the original.
No, that's crazy. Because the first time I just saw him for the first time, it was in Reef Level 3. But he's right up front. He's the first thing you see. On the third one, he's just hanging out.
Yeah.
And then he's got Squirtle on his back.
Yeah.
Have
Have you figured out the whirlpool?
No.
Okay.
Have you?
I did.
Oh, my God.
Do you want to know how?
Yes.
I won't tell you what Pokemon it is, of course.
Okay.
But
So screw Magikarp. It's not Magikarp.
it's
that's
not
hanging
hitting
out
a
there.
Magikarp into it or whatever.
Okay.
No. I think you're going to really like what Pokemon pops out. But the way to do it is just, you have, what is it? I haven't played in like a week. You have apples and then you have little glow
Orbs.
balls, right?
Yeah.
But that's
orbs.
it, right? That's all you can throw?
Yeah, that's all you can throw. Yeah.
Just keep throwing apples. As soon as you can, throw an apple. Aim relatively for the center, but it doesn't really... You're trying to hit something, but you can't see what you're hitting, essentially.
Okay.
So just keep randomly throwing them in the whirlpool, and eventually something will happen.
So I have a guess as to what it is, and I'm not going to... your Lapras is my Gyarados. I want to see a Gyarados in this game, and I have a very suspicious feeling that Gyarados is in the whirlpool. Don't tell me.
I won't.
Either way.
I won't.
But I have a feeling that that's what's going to pop out.
If there was any semblance of a jump scare in the original, it was that Gyarados.
Oh, my God.
Because he comes right at
Oh,
you.
yeah. He's pissed. You appled him into evolving.
Into existence, yeah. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Magikarp's like, duh, and then you're like, apple, and he's like, oh, Christ. It's like, I'm bigger now.
Yeah.
I'm pissed.
I've been beating the shit out of Magikarp in this game.
Yeah.
Just like, which one is it?
Magikarp is weird because they're everywhere, and I haven't got a 4-star yet. I don't know what 4-star Magikarp looks like. And also, sometimes, this isn't necessarily a complaint, but it's just something I've noticed. Sometimes the 4-star, like, looks no different than like a 1-star.
Yeah.
Like I'll just be like taking pictures and I'm like, I've seen it do this before, but I've never seen it hang like this before.
Right, that's
and
what it is.
When
it's the sequence that it's doing. Whatever's going on.
Well, no, but I was gonna say sometimes like I don't know, it'll be a bipedal thing like Meowth or something, and I'll see it like running, and then I'll see it like dancing, and I'm like, oh, I haven't seen it dance before, but dancing is still 1.
Yep. Yeah,
but
I've had
even though sitting doing nothing
is 2
is still 1, but
right.
2 is like he sort of made a face that one time, you know? I don't know.
I've gotten them eating an apple as a 2. Hitting them with an apple can be a 2.
Yeah, because sometimes they get pissed.
Yeah.
Because they react to... and this, you could say this about the old game to a certain extent, but when it gets down to it, there's so many Pokemon in this game that it's essentially just like, did you find a new Pokemon? Just hit all the buttons.
Yeah.
Hit him with a thing, and then do the 2. Because you can scan and play the music at the same time.
Right.
So... whichever one it doesn't matter. Just do both of them next time too. No, it's really good. I think no game has been better molded for DLC than this one.
Oh, tell me about it.
Just give me a new track for $5.
Sure.
You know,
I'd pay that.
I would too.
I would definitely.
Especially if I thought the game was going to do this, and it hasn't yet. Maybe it does it when you 100% it. I thought for sure that they were gonna be like, oh, we found an old track from Todd's books, and it's a track from the original Pokemon Snap. Even if it's still bad graphics, but your graphics are good. Like they did that with Doom. You can play through in Doom 2016. You can play through original Doom levels with Doom 2016 your 2016 graphics and weapons, but the game is original Doom graphics.
Yeah. That would be really cool.
Even if it's not that this is my favorite level, but even if it's just the rainbow level.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I felt that coming, and then it never came, so maybe there's a crazy 100% bonus that I don't know about.
Right.
because I was playing it a lot. I wanted to take a break, so I went to Shadow of the Colossus.
I have one micro complaint.
Lay it on me.
In the desert,
Yeah.
I hate how the apple doesn't interact with the sand.
What do you mean?
You throw an apple in like very N64 style, it just falls through the graphic.
I
and
see.
I don't care for it. Just how cool would that be? It's the Switch. I know it can do it. If it just hits the sand and it just kind of topples down the dune a bit, that would look really good.
Yeah.
I just felt a little like, you skimped out on this level, huh? Like the second I saw that, I was like, I can see which level got done last.
Do you find yourself running out of photos quick?
When I level up. I definitely do.
I'm so bad at conserving photos, and I think it's due to the part, in fact, because that the grading system for the stars is so random sometimes that I'll see a Pokemon do a thing, and I'm like, that's a new thing. Let me take 10 photos.
Yep.
I don't know how I survived because they upped the max from 60 to 72. I was like, that's a ton. I don't know how I ever got dealt with 60 back in the day.
Well, you know how? There was only 60 Pokemon in the entire game.
There was a lot of downtime in that one where it's like, here's just a corner where there's no Pokemon.
Right.
This game, that's few and far between.
Yep.
And I feel like whenever there is some downtime and no Pokemon, it's like, okay, I did something wrong. There's probably supposed to be a Pokemon here.
Right.
Some of my favorite Pokemon of all time are in this goddamn game.
There's a lot of good ones.
Haven't seen a Gardevoir yet.
Oh, yeah.
Or actually, I haven't seen anything in the Gardevoir family yet. So that would be cool. Also, something that hasn't showed up that I thought for sure would
Gengar.
is Mega Evolution.
Oh, yeah.
I thought for sure I'd see... I thought I'd be able to interact with something in some way where it's like you said Gengar, so like there's a Gengar and you like touch it enough with this or like dump it into a thing and then it Mega Evolves.
There are no evolutions.
Yeah, that's
none.
I forgot about that. I forgot that was such a big...
It was one of the coolest things about the game.
Yeah.
That's the thing is, like, I'm slightly disappointed. That's definitely a big negative for
Because
this game. Still love it.
In the original, you get 3 items, essentially. You can interact with them in this way, and evolving them almost felt like a 4th hidden way to interact with them.
Yeah.
Where it's like, I basically solved the trick, the puzzle of this level, and I got I got a really cool prize. I got the only picture that I have of a Charizard so far.
Right.
No, yeah.
And it was so violent to get Charizard.
Yeah, Charizard, he is pissed at you. But
him
he
and Magikarp.
Yeah. I mean, they should be. You beat the shit out of them.
Well, you drop Charmeleon into lava.
Yeah. He seems to... I don't know. No, he probably hates it. I
think they hate it less than us, but I'm sure they're still not happy about it.
Right.
I feel like that's the equivalent of us hitting boiling water.
So...
Maybe a little less.
I'm glad you liked it. I really liked it too. When you beat it, I want you to check back in on the podcast because I want your opinion on the last level.
Okay.
Because without revealing anything, for whatever reason, the Pokemon that is the final boss Pokemon of the last level, it is exactly the Pokemon I expected for whatever reason.
Okay.
And it's not Mew. I'll say that.
Sure.
Can
I make a guess?
Yeah, sure.
Well, I guess I have to ask, is the volcano the last or second to last level?
No, like I said, you're about halfway through the game.
Okay. All right, then never mind.
Okay. There's one Illumina spot per island on the map.
Right.
And then there's we found a 5th one. It's the final whatever. Yeah. We're going to switch gears though because I have entered the realm of virtual reality.
Yes.
So I got
gonna Ready Player One this bitch.
Yeah. So I got a VR rig. I got a PSVR. And I got basically every VR game that I would ever want. So the first thing that was surprising to me is if you have glasses, you're supposed to leave them on.
Oh, interesting.
The PlayStation VR is made in a way that
how is that comfortable?
It's fine. The PSVR, it doesn't sit on the top of your head. It sits on the back of your head and your forehead. I haven't gotten a headache once in VR.
That surprises me because you are the king of headaches.
I am
king of headaches
bad.
and nosebleeds.
everything.
Bounty Hunter from the GameCube. We cannot play it.
No, I can't play it.
You cannot look at
The
it.
camera's too much.
So that shocks me to no
Mhm.
end that you are accepting VR into your life.
Yeah, yeah. I was worried that I was gonna pay, $350 for this bitch,
Right.
and
hate it.
not be able to use it. Yeah, because of motion sickness and stuff. I've got motion sickness nunts. I've got a headache nunts.
Wow.
No
Nosebleeds.
nosebleeds.
I want you to say that word you just made up.
Nunts.
Yeah.
I think I made it up. So, I got the whole shebang. I got the Move controllers. I got the camera. I got the headset. I got a bunch of games for it. I got Astrobot Rescue Mission, which I thought was like the Wii Sports. I thought it came with it. It does not. It's a full $30 game. It's so good. It is definitely a tech demo that people at PlayStation made to be like, here's how VR works. It's so good.
Cool.
I will say, I, as a human being, this has been true my whole entire life, I am terrified of underwater shit.
Oh, me too. I just to step back into the second Illumina Pokemon, or maybe the third. I think I missed the one on Jungle. But the submerged one.
Wishy-washy?
Yeah, that scared me.
That was even a little too much for me, yeah. No, there's some underwater levels in Astrobot Rescue Mission, and I really didn't like them. I don't like whales.
Yeah.
I don't like being close to whales. I don't like thinking about how big they are. And there's a part in one of the levels where you're in an underwater cavern, and there's a wall at the end, and you get to it, and it's like, it's a dead end, and then it's a giant whale eye.
Oh.
And I was like, I'm done. And then the whale moves out of the way, and then you're supposed to go forward, and in front of you is just open ocean. I was like, fuck this. I had to have my brother with me to do it. And I'm glad I did have him do it for me, because you get eaten by the whale, and then the rest of the level is in the whale. But other than that, everything's been fine. Everything's been going fine. Astrobot Rescue Mission.
I would not like that.
I didn't like it. I hate underwater stuff. And VR is like, you're there, man. Astrobot Rescue Mission is interesting because you don't play as you play as the robot, but you're there too. You literally have a PlayStation controller in VR that you're interacting with. It's really cool. If you try VR later, I'm going to have you try that. It's the game that I've been having everyone try, because I think it's supposed to be the game you try first. Because it's literally like, look what you can do in VR. And it was great. I recently beat it, the whole Astrobot Rescue Mission, and I might even go back to 100% it, because it was really good. I got Beat Saber, which if you've ever seen a commercial for VR, Beat Saber's on it. It's a rhythm game where you basically have two lightsabers, and you have to hit blocks in a certain direction.
That one I want to play.
That one's pretty fun. It's just like in Rock Band and Guitar Hero. Once you get used to the controls, hard mode is way easier than easy mode.
Yeah.
So I like that that's consistent throughout all rhythm games. Beat Saber's a full workout. I keep injuring myself playing Beat Saber. I hurt my back playing Super Hot. I hurt my arms playing Beat Saber. I can only play Beat Saber for like one or two songs. It's a full workout for sure.
Huh.
Super Hot VR is really hard. The world of Super Hot translates very well from normal game to VR game, but it is hard.
Would you want to play X-Wing Pilot? I think is what it was called. It was
the
like
Rogue
that.
Squadron.
Rogue
game,
Squadron. That's what it was.
The Rogue One thing that they did. Probably not. I feel like if there's going to be motion sickness, it's going to be in that one.
Okay.
I do, however, I have Iron Man VR. I haven't booted it up yet, but I know that is a first-person joint where you're playing as Iron Man. So we'll see about that.
That would be cool.
I got Doom VFR, and I wasn't liking it because you have to like teleport places. You can't just walk around with the stick. But I looked it up, and it seems like you can, so I probably just missed a setting somewhere. So I'm going to give that another try. That one was visceral because the graphics are really good. So it was kind of scary, even though Doom's not a horror franchise. It was just like dark and aliens and stuff.
Yeah.
So it was a little creepy. And I got Until Dawn Rush of Blood, which is essentially an on-rail shooter like Time Crisis or House of the Dead, except Until Dawn is an interesting series because it's a choice-based adventure game, kind of like a Telltale game. But Until Dawn Rush of Blood is vaguely based on Until Dawn, and you're at like a devil carnival, essentially. And it's scary. It's very scary. Until Dawn's sort of scary. But this one's very scary because shit's jumping out at you. But this game is the game that Until Dawn was always supposed to be. When they started making Until Dawn, it was this. And then they got away from that. They put some of it into this, and now we have Until Dawn. And now we have 2 VR spin-offs. The Inpatient, which is a terrible prequel that everyone hates, and Rush of Blood, which is what Until Dawn was originally going to be. So it's a weird sort of like, this is sort of Until Dawn, and you're running from things that you recognize from Until Dawn, but it really has almost nothing to do with it, because that one didn't have guns in it, and this is a shooter. But I played a little bit of that. It is scary.
Huh.
There's a couple things that didn't work because my camera's too close. I tried playing RE7, and it just didn't work. I loaded in, and I was like, I'm scared, and then it immediately glitched, and I was like, I'm not scared anymore because it's glitching, and I'm trying to figure it out, and I'm having to take the headset on and off again, and it's dark in the game and bright in my room, so I'm going to stop this. I'm going to try it again later. So I haven't played that. Let me see if I missed one real quick. Oh, of course. One of my favorite VR games ever is a game that I've played before because you can play it not in VR. It's called Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes. And this is a game that I want you and I to try. I don't know if we'd be able to stream it or anything.
Okay.
But I've definitely talked about this game before, so here's how it works. I've been playing it a lot with my brother. 2 people, 1 person's in VR. The person in VR has a bomb in front of them. The bomb has different nodes, and you have to defuse this bomb. It has a timer on it. The person outside of VR has a manual with all the answers in it. So you have a bomb, and I have a manual. So you have a bomb that you need to defuse. I have all the answers. So using and I can't see the bomb, and you can't see the manual. So using communication skills and talking and stuff, I have to tell you in VR how to defuse a bomb.
Okay.
And it's so good and so cool, and I
feel like we could Let's Play that. I don't know how capturing footage would work on VR. But
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
Oh, okay.
That's what I meant.
I think it would be fun.
I think it would be fun, too. I love that game so much. And I feel like it didn't take off like they wanted it to because the manual is called Manual Version 1, and there was never a Version 2. So I feel like maybe they were planning on loading the game with, new puzzles.
Yeah.
But it is really fun, and I really like it. And I had forgotten about it because I've beaten this game before years ago because you don't need VR to play it. It was just someone on a laptop and other person on a,
Right.
But I was browsing VR games, and I was like, oh, shit, and I downloaded them immediately. And most VR games are cheap. The most expensive one I found was on sale. So, Doom VR was $30. Skyrim VR was $60 because it's all of Skyrim and all of its DLC and stuff. But it was on sale for $18. I didn't buy it. But I might waste more money on Skyrim.
So it can be glitchy in VR too.
Yeah, totally. No, it just I don't know. I've heard good things about Skyrim VR. But I haven't seen a full VR release over $30.
Wow.
Because they're not typically are they long games. Resident Evil's a 12, 13-hour game. So was Astro Bot Rescue Mission.
I also doubt it's in high demand as of yet.
What?
I don't know if everybody's beaten down the VR door yet.
No, not really. They did announce the other day, and by announce I mean they literally just said it's going to happen, yes. But they announced that PSVR is going to be compatible with PlayStation 5 soon.
Oh, that's cool.
So
I have a feeling that down the road someday we're going to have a similar situation where it's VR, but there's also that, I forget what they call it, but that thing in Ready Player One, that pad they're on, and you can run on it, and it's a treadmill, but it goes in every way.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want to do that, just because it seems like a lot of actual exercise,
It's also a lot of space.
Yeah.
I have a feeling there'll be a realistic version of that.
I think that there already is, but it's millions of dollars. I think there's a orb that you sit in, and it
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But no, I agree with you. We're definitely that's the next thing. The one thing I will say I was surprised about, these Move controllers are the same Move controllers from the PS3.
Right, they look a little dated.
Yeah, they're the original. Ever since Move was involved, they just retrofitted them for VR. So those you could probably like sync up to a PS3 and use them on like Heavy Rain or whatever. It's just interesting that they didn't make like new VR, the VR version of the PS Move.
I feel like those could be a bit more modernized.
Yeah, for sure. That ball also is squishy. It's not a hard
Oh.
ball. I didn't realize that's how it was going to go. Okay.
Now we got to touch it.
I've talked about VR enough. Let's make a game in our new segment that doesn't have a name, but I really want to implement more improv into this channel, and this is a start. So here's how it works.
Yes.
I have a list of video game genres,
Mm-hmm.
and I have a list of IPs. I have a list of
You don't say.
people,
Yes.
random things,
Okay.
concepts, and basically we're going to pick one from the top list and we're going to pick one from the bottom list. So for example of a thing that's not here, it'll be like action platformer and Star Wars, and then we have to do that,
Yeah.
So how do you want to do this? Do you want to let a random number generator
Yes.
pick them for us? Okay, cool. So talk about what we ended up making last time while I do that.
What did we make? See, what I remember making up last time was that stupid toilet paper game that we didn't actually make up last time.
That was not on air.
We didn't even talk about that on air?
No.
Oh, awesome.
We made a Fire Emblem. Nope, sorry. Yeah, a Fire Emblem clone JoJo game.
Oh, right. That's a cool game.
Yeah, I would. Like I said last time, I would play it. So, okay, let me just do this real quick. I believe the new number's 22 for this one. Yeah, okay. Generate. Okay, 14. Remember that, please.
14. 4 and then teen.
And then our new bottom list has 50 now, up from 20.
Wow.
44.
14.
Oh. Okay.
Yes.
You want the genre first?
No, I want the subject first.
The subject that we are going to make our game about is Blockbuster Video.
Oh.
And we need to make a Blockbuster Video beat 'em up.
Beat 'em up. Okay.
Like Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah, no. I'm even thinking 8-bit graphics. I don't know if it's just Scott Pilgrim inspired or what. But I'm picturing 8-bit graphics, right? You're the employee. You have to make your way to work. That could be the first couple of levels.
Okay.
But once you're at work, there's, you got to beat up drunk customers at midnight.
Okay.
And try and get them out of the store and stuff. But then there's how do I describe it? Like mini games.
Okay.
Like you can do cashing somebody out and stuff.
Okay. So you took on a very literal approach of you are an employee at Blockbuster doing normal employee stuff, but in a beat 'em up style. I feel like that could be cool. I feel like we could do not
Your
every
manager is a boss.
I feel like we could even, if we do that, we could even do not all levels have to be the Blockbuster. It could be we want you to go scope out the competition. So this level's going to be the walk there.
What if it was the history of Blockbuster, right? So that's the 90s. Then there's a time jump to modern day, and you're at that last Blockbuster. And now the levels are going to corporate and fighting the lawyers and executives until they allow you to maintain Blockbuster.
Okay. I like it. May I offer an alternative?
Oh, of course. I feel like we should both offer something, and whoever's is better, that's the winner.
Here's where my head went immediately when I saw Blockbuster Video and
let me hear it.
Beat 'em up. Takes place in the 90s at the peak of Blockbuster.
Okay.
First level is basically everything you're talking about. You're an employee. You're beating up customers that have late fees or whatever.
Yeah.
But then something happens, and now each level is a movie that you're trapped in.
I thought you were gonna say that.
Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe
I like it.
Maybe you fall into you're trying your hardest to get all the returns out of the people who just dropped it into the thing.
Yeah.
And then you fall in, and now you're in blockbuster, like a Ready Player One style, like blockbuster world. And
Yeah.
obviously we wouldn't have IPs, but like maybe it could be like,
No, screw it. Get IPs.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, fuck it. Then I'd say, I'd say 5 levels. Each one's a different genre. So I think there's got to be, and this wouldn't be level 1. I feel like there's got to be a horror genre.
Okay. Yeah.
I think maybe Friday the 13th
Let's-
or Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, let's think of '90s films.
Yeah.
There's a horror. There's a Mission Impossible style movie.
Yeah.
There's all right, let's try and think of all 5. There's
I think a rom-com.
rom-com, sure. A nice little nod would be if they were in a Jay and Silent Bob movie.
Oh,
or
okay.
just or a Kevin Smith movie.
Like a period piece.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um
And then I think we got to go monster movie.
Sure. Now, I love that. Can we fuse the ideas? I think it should be getting to work at work. That happens after the 5th level, the final boss. There's a secret level. You've made it out of the realm of films.
Yeah. Game ends credits. After the credits.
You're out of the realm of films. It's 2012. Blockbusters dead.
Ooh.
Except the one you're in.
2012?
Or whenever it was. Oh, no. Oh, it's super. It actually lasted forever. You're at the last one. You
Yeah.
were in the last one. Now you're still at the last one. It's like 2018 or something.
Oh, I see. And right before the end credits, it's revealed your location
Yeah.
that you were at. And then after the credits, it's like, there's one more level.
And then you fight your manager or the executive or just somebody. You fight somebody.
Well,
and
now
you save Blockbuster.
That would be cool. Yeah. You have a new
objective. Save Blockbuster and your job.
We could even, for replayability, we could even make it like at the end of the bonus level, the 2021 Blockbuster bonus level, because I've seen games do this before. There's like a door, and that's the door that, like, when you go behind it, maybe it's even corporate's like the final office, right?
Yeah.
Behind that door is the end of the game. That's where you save Blockbuster. But to open that door, you need 5 artifacts, one from each movie that you went to. So that's where we get the replay stuff. So maybe you need like Freddy's mask, and you need like, I don't know, stuff like that. You bring them to the door, and then one of the artifacts, maybe it's 6, and one of the artifacts is one of the John Oliver trinkets from that they have like on display at the last box.
Yeah.
Like the one of Russell Crowe's
thongs or something.
Yeah, exactly.
I like it. I would play that game.
I would play that game too.
It's got. See, we've touched on a few beat 'em ups. I feel a lot of Scott Pilgrim influence. I feel a lot of Turtles in Time influence.
Yeah, I think 16-bit is the way to go.
Oh yeah.
Like because it could, it could be modern graphics, because there are some modern beat 'em ups, but I just
Here's
feel
the thing,
like,
though. You want to play the Blockbuster employee in modern graphics?
No.
You want him in 8-bit.
Right? Yeah. You keep saying 8-bit. I think you mean 16-bit.
16-bit. Stylized 16-bit though, like Scott Pilgrim.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not I can't really make out what it is.
Right. I want your character to look like a cartoon character.
Yeah.
And the
Have I ever shown you that it's like a concept for a game? It's
the Garfield thing.
Yes.
Yeah, you have. Yeah.
Have I shown you the video?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and he made a Sonic one, and yeah.
Oh, did he? There's others?
I checked out a couple of his videos.
Oh,
after that.
I want to see other ones.
Yeah, it's like I forget what it's called. Chris is talking about it was like a 16-bit style, really well animated horror themed Garfield game that doesn't exist.
That level of graphics is what I'm talking about for this.
Yeah.
Keep going though, because you got to explain what this is.
It's basically like, what if Garfield was an eldritch horror from the Cthulhu mythos?
Yeah.
And you the player, as it were, is like John. It's like from the perspective of John, like trying to tame the beast that is like Garfield, and obviously you do that with lasagna and stuff. I think the 3rd Garfield video he made ended with a fight against Sonic the Hedgehog, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
or something like that. I don't know. I remember tuning in for more of them after you left. But no, I know exactly what you're talking about. But yes, I agree. Modern. You're essentially saying like you want this game to be modern 16-bit graphics.
Yes.
You want it to be
Yeah.
16-bit graphics, but you don't want it to look like Turtles in Time.
Right.
You want it to look as fluid as it can using
Right.
modern technology.
Yes.
To make this game look both retro and new age.
Yes.
No, I think that's a perfect way to do it, especially because we can have that stiff Turtles in Time movement at the beginning, and then the more you go through it, maybe the animation picks up right away as in level 1 of like being in the movies.
Sure.
And then it, makes sense later when you realize that you've also sort of been traveling through time.
Yeah.
That's fun. I think that's good. I think we've done it again.
That's 2 good ones in a row.
I think
I was
so,
worried
yeah.
we were going to get stumped right off the bat.
Me too. When I was like, when I brought up strategy game as our first one, I was like, oh no. But I think
We pulled it off.
I think we pulled that one off. Here's a question for you because I'm having a lot of fun. We're at 42 minutes. Do we want to do another one real quick?
I'd say let's call it.
Okay.
1
per episode.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Because that was good.
Yeah,
and I want to end on. I want to. God forbid we finally hit the wall. I don't want to do it right before the end of.
True. If we get stuck, then the end of this podcast would be kind of a drag. Okay, so there we go. Sorry. What's the title of this game? Is it just Blockbuster the video game or the Blockbuster video game? I'm thinking something big because there's never been a Blockbuster video game before. There's been a couple JoJo games and we kind of went off that with our title.
So it's a beat 'em up.
It is, yeah.
Block busting. Hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
What about this would work better if it was 2-player, but I feel like it is because beat 'em ups usually can be 2 players. What about just Blockbusters? But it's like
beating 'em up.
It's like Blockbusters, like Block-Busters. So it's clear it's a Blockbuster game, but Busters as in like Buster Brothers or you know, that's a common beat 'em up word is Buster.
Right.
Blockbusters.
I like that. See, I'd want more time because I feel like going off of that.
Yeah.
I'd want to go off of that. I'd want it to be.
You want a subtitle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think for now, with the time we've been giving on the spot, pumping out these $1 million ideas.
Yeah.
I think that's the best we're gonna get.
I feel good about that. I'm excited about Blockbusters. Couldn't for the life of me remember what our JoJo game was called.
If you and I knew how to code and do graphics for games, which I make it sound like that's not a lot to do. It's a lot to do.
Yeah.
I feel like we would be inspired enough to make one of these 2 games already.
What we're doing in this segment is like maybe 3% of making a game.
Oh, yeah. No, probably less than that. I mean, we're coming up with the skeletal storyline.
But you need
3%. I'd give it that.
So much to actually make it.
Yeah. This would be a 10-year engagement if you and I took it on.
Yeah, totally. No, but that'll do it for us. Blockbusters. Sorry. One last thing. How we always end this podcast is video game releases that released this week. There's only 2, but they're big. They're big ones. So April 30th, of course, saw the release of new Pokemon Snap. We already talked about that a bunch. May 7th, because it's the 10th when this goes up. May 7th saw the release of Resident Evil Village.
Oh.
It's on PS4 and PS5. I'm going to wait. I don't want... PS4 games already run terrible because they're made for PS4 Pro and I don't have that. So I'm not about to buy a PS5 game on PS4. That's why I'm so excited for Biomutant, because it's just coming to PS4 and Xbox One, which means it was programmed for those.
Yeah.
You know? But I'm excited about Resident Evil, obviously. Trying not to get spoiled. Don't have a PS5. Gonna wait until I do to do that. Or an Xbox Series S, whichever comes first. Because I really do want to play Resident Evil because I love Resident Evil. I loved Resident Evil 7, and this is the next one in the Ethan saga. So I'm very excited for it, but I do not have it. That is why I did not speak on it. Sorry about that. And that'll do it for us. Thank you so much for listening. Next week, if you're not aware of this, will be an episode of our movie podcast, Cinematic Relief. This podcast and that podcast go back and forth, taking the Monday slot. So if you just want to hear about video games, tune in 2 Mondays from now.
Yeah.
But if you want to hear us talk about, what did we do recently? Mortal Kombat, Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
That's it.
Maybe even Scoob. Then
it's locked in the vault forever.
Then tune in. You keep saying forever, but I think we're coming up on it. Maybe.
No.
We might be.
We'll never have to release that.
So confident. But yeah, tune into that and tune into all the stuff we do. And until next time, I've been Thunder.
I'm Lightning.
Stay safe, stay clean, and we'll see you next time.
Before you press end.
Sure.
There's going to be 4 Marvel movies releasing this year.
Yes. And I think 2 more TV shows.
And a bunch of HBO movies.
Yeah.
We're never going to release Scoob.
Okay, fair enough.